Welcome to the Shantae Nicole podcast, and yes, this is a messy video, so buckle up. I wanted to make this video, and I wanted to take up for the teachers, right? Because I grew up in the suburbs, and I come from a time where there's like 25 students in a class, and just me and maybe one other minority in that classroom, whether it's like an Asian person, an African person, or another Black person like myself. And so, unfortunately, teachers get a bad rap. There's so many people who are unfortunately just having kids and just putting all the pressure and the weight on the teacher. It's the teacher's job to reinforce what's already being taught at home. This is a messy video. I remember having an eye doctor. I don't go to him anymore because he had like a really bad attitude, and there was just too many things that he had done, and it wasn't just me. He was just giving like bad customer service all around. And so I've been going to him for like several years, and I have a better eye doctor now, and I'm satisfied. But he had a kid that was 4 years old that wasn't potty trained. And my son, like, I'm an empty nester now. My kid is 18. And my son was potty trained with pee at 10 months and then completely potty trained with like pee and poop at 12 months, right? And I was very intentional about that because I heard of these stories. I only have that one kid. I heard of these stories how people would be like grown and still not potty trained. And I was like, what is going on? Like, these diapers are expensive. And unfortunately, the older they get and the more they weigh, they punish you, when you go to check out. So you get less and less diapers, but they cost the same, if not more. So it's actually better for you to hurry up and potty train your kid as soon as possible than it is to just have like some toddler running around that's still not potty trained. And so when he brought this to my attention and he's getting like advice, right? I just kind of looked at him sideways, which is another reason why I recommend therapy, because it avoids guilt and shame. Me and him weren't cool. Like, he had a bad, attitude, but sometimes you're so used to going someplace and you only see them once a year and you're just trying to give them grace, right? But I think for me, that was a nail in the coffin. And so, because I don't like to argue, even the few times he had a bad attitude, I never said anything, but I was keeping score. Like, you know what? I'm gonna look for another eye doctor. But I never said anything about it because it's just not my personality, right? And so, I'm getting my eyes checked, and he had all these years to build rapport and never did. And the one time he needed something, which was potty training advice, that's when he wants to like be nice all of a sudden. So that rubbed me the wrong way, because I was like, okay, whatever. You should have asked me that 3 years ago, but okay, whatever. And so I gave him the advice of that when I was potty training my son, he had his nursery and then he had his own bathroom. And he had these cute little steps that I had in front of the toilet. And then he had this seat that you could put on top of the seat, and it was a Spider-Man seat, and it had handles on it. And then I got him like all these action figure underwear, like Spider-Man and Avengers and Superman and all of that. So that really motivated him. And I was like, well, big boys wear this, so if you want to wear this, you got to sit on the pot. And so it encouraged him and inspired him to do that, right? And so that's the blueprint. Is a person cannot tell you where they have not been, right? So he knew that I had my son fully potty trained at 1, so he felt comfortable to say, hey, how did you do it, right? And if you're familiar with my channel, the Nicole Channel 23, I have several videos on there of cute little fun ways of how to save money. And so potty training your kid early is a fun, easy way to save money, right? And I'm making this video for teachers because I have been blessed to have amazing teachers, right? And teachers have an unrealistic expectation on them. There's a lot of people who are just having unplanned pregnancies and just mad and frustrated at the teacher because their kid isn't learning, and learning starts at home. The teacher's job is just to reinforce what's already being taught. I was always friends with my son's teacher. I always took the time to get to know them, build rapport, right? I work with them and not against them. And so I wanted to make this video because it's not the teacher's job to raise other people's kids. It's the parent's job to be their parent, not their friend, but their parent, because you're preparing them for life. Because unfortunately, when the parent gets old and the child hasn't been raised right, who's going to come and take care of they mom and they dad? They wasn't raised right. They can't even take care of themselves. How are they going to look out for you? And unfortunately, people don't think about it that far. People just think, oh, this is my baby, this is my son, this is my daughter, this is my angel. But what happens when you get old? Who gonna take care of you? I hope and pray that this message has been a blessing to you. God bless you. Jesus Christ loves you. Bye-bye.